Speak with Lindsay today at that press conference. She refused to do any interviews, but what does the big guy himself, John Travolta, think about the possibility of working with Lindsay? Now, you got to watch what he told me today in this Showbiz Tonight newsmaker interview. He was all smiles when we were talking Lindsay Lohan. Let's watch. Huge buzz over the possibility that Lindsay Lohan might be signing on to join you in this film. Obviously, it would be a huge vote of confidence by the movie studio to bring her on board. Why do you think she'd be right for the role? Other than the fact she's obviously a very gifted actress, but why do you think she'd be right for the role in this film?
Well, primarily because she's a gifted actress. I mean, that's really what it takes, and she certainly has the looks and the feeling of a young Victoria, I would say. So, yeah.
Well, and she's been through quite a lot. You can't ignore the fact that a lot of what happens in her personal life has sort of overshadowed what goes on in her professional life. Is that any concern for you if she does join up with the film, that that's the stuff that would wind up getting all the attention?
No, because if the film's good, that stuff goes by the wayside. If the film's not good, then that stuff's more interesting.
Yeah.
It's always the case.
And she's at a huge crossroads right now. Any advice for her, regardless of whether or not she joins up with the film and sort of navigating the water she's in?
Well, I would have to spend more time to know what kind of advice to give anybody. I wouldn't jump at that conclusion without knowing them better.
The always diplomatic John Travolta. Look, it's apparent that Lindsay has the support of John and the Gotti family. If she can pull this off and be a big hit in this movie, I'm thinking this will set her life and her career on a new course that definitely could be full of opportunity for her. Cheryl Lee, back to you. This is potentially Lindsay's big ticket to newfound fame, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And if there's one thing we keep hearing about Lindsay Lohan, which is true, she is probably one of the greatest young actresses. We have yet to see her best work. So I am rooting for her. Yes. Lindsay Lohan, girlfriend, stay on the right road, because this is your shot.
Yeah, let the important stuff finally come front and center, Lindsay, please.
Yes.
There's also some big-time controversy today about this movie, Gotti, 3 Generations. Showbiz Tonight was right there as John Travolta was seen hugging the Gotti family today. Now, not everybody is happy that John Travolta may be playing John Gotti Sr. in a flattering way. That's how John Gotti Jr. kind of described the character. I asked John Travolta about the controversy today when I spoke with him in our Showbiz Tonight newsmaker interview. Watch what he told me. So it seems like a genuine love fest going on with you and John Gotti Jr. there. How instrumental was he in your ultimately taking this part?
A lot. And his warmth and genuine family man attitude just won me over, and his complete honesty. You know, this man is the real deal. You know, I really was impressed with all that, and I thought it would be very interesting. He'd be the right guy to tap for all the information I need to play the role well.
And you've played certainly some nefarious characters throughout your career. This is an exception. This is a real guy you're going to be playing here, and a real guy who admittedly has done some pretty bad things. It sounds like he's going to be played, or it sounds like they're looking for him to come across as somewhat sympathetic. Obviously, it's your job to do the best you can with the material you're given, but was there any reluctance in bringing a level of sympathy to a guy who's done some pretty awful things?
No, I don't know if that's necessarily the goal. I think the goal is to just tell the truth and to maybe have the audience ask the question, is it worth it? Is this kind of lifestyle worth sacrificing family, sacrificing safety, a sense of well-being? Is it worth it? So I think it's going to be a different kind of film than you think in some ways. You know, I think all the truth will be there, all the potential violence, all the potential glamour, but I think you may be asking a different question at the end of it than you did at the end of Gotti.